everyone, I'm Zahara Rasheeda. So this is my web application which I have created for web programming and database management questions. So today I'm going to discuss about the 32 question, which is the second part of the 31st question. So you can see this is the main question which we have talked about in the previous video. So according to the 31st question, I have created a database which is known as Arali Shoe Store. So now let's see the 32nd question. Here they have told to create a product table to store the product information using these instructions. So now I will create a product table. You can see I have created these tables according to the 31st question. Now let's create the product table. Here they have created the product ID, product name and the description. Here I will give the auto increment option. I'll give the product name and also the description. Here you can see the data type have been text and the length is 100. Now let's go to the second question. Here they have told to create the table called brand to store the product brands using these instructions. So now I will create the brand table. Here you can see the first column I have to create has brand ID and the brand name. Now let's go to the third question. This is how I have created the brand table according to the second question. Here in this third question they have told create a table called GRN to store the bill details provided by suppliers when the selling inventory to the store. Create a table called GRN. So now let's go to the third question. Here they have told create a table called GRN to store bill details provided by suppliers when selling inventory to the store. So to do this, I have to use these instructions. Now I will create a table called GRN. After that, I will give the data type as GRN ID. And as the second column, I will give the date and time. So here you can see I have created the GRN table according to the third question. Now let's go to the fourth question. Here they have told create a table called GRN item to store the information about the quantities of goods supplied to the store by suppliers. To do so, use the instructions below. So using these instructions, I have to create the GRN item table. Now I will create a new table which is known as GRN item. And as the first column, I will give the quantity. And the unit price and the selling price. So this is how I have created the GRN item table. Now let's go to the fifth question. Here they have told create a table called stock to store information about quantities of the items currently available for sale in the store. So that means I have to create a stock which shows the quantity of the items which are currently available in the store. So here according to the instructions, I have to create a stock table. Here I will give the stock ID. Quantity and the selling price. Now I will add the column which is known as selling price. I will give the data type as double. So you can see this is how I have created the stock table. Now let's go to the next question. Create the table called invoice to store the bill details provided to the customer when purchasing goods from the store. So I have to create the invoice table to show the bill details of the purchased invoices. So now I will create a new table. Which is known as invoice. And this is the first column which is known as invoice ID. And the next column is the date. give the date and the data type will be date and time. So you can see our 6th question is completed. This is how I have created the 6th question. Now let's go to the 7th question. Create a table called invoice item to store the details of the goods given to the customer after purchasing the goods from the store. So here I have to create an invoice item table using these instructions. Now I will create a table which is known as invoice item. The quantity. I will give the data type as int. Now you can see this is how I have created the tables. So this is how we should answer the 7th question. Hope you understood everything about the 32nd question. Thank you.